Greetings and salutations, fellow earthlings of this planet. Welcome back to Crete. Today we are in Chania. We are going to be spending the day here. We're going to getting ready to go on a historical walking tour with a guided tour guide who is an expert in the local history here. So I am going to mic her up so we can get her full tour of the things that we're going to see. I just want to show you we're on our hotel balcony, and it's beautiful. Let me show you. So this is our balcony here. We have our towels and bathing suits out here drying. But here's the little courtyard. There's the pool. We're staying in the Alkali Hotel. There are little apartments up there. It's a little oasis tucked back here in Chania. Oh, look, down there is Nancy. Nancy and Linda is down there eating breakfast. They're part of our traveling crew. Here's our room. We got this nice little balcony and our bed. It's a mess because we're traveling, you know. It's a mess everywhere. But nice mirrors, TV, in our bathroom with a very odd shower that completely floods the bath. That's like they have drains everywhere in the bathrooms because it floods. It floods. Mark went down to get coffee. I only brought this one straw hat, which is unfortunate because you wear hats here a lot because the sun is sunning. So you see me in the same hats because Mark was like, you only need one hat. Never listen to your husband when he's trying to tell you how many hats you need. Anyway, I'm getting ready to go downstairs, and like I said, we will be doing a walking tour of Chania. We're going to be going to the old part. This was a fort, and we're going to be learning a little bit about the local history today. And then this afternoon, we're going to be doing some taste testing, some coffees and snacks and local delicacies along the way. And we will be ending up the day with a olive oil and wine tasting tour. Not everybody on the trip has elected to go on that, but I'm looking forward to it. And we're going to have more treats and more things to eat. Let me tell you, the thing about Greece that we have discovered, which is not a bad thing at all, it's a wonderful thing, but they will feed you. The portions are very generous and they want you to eat. And it's hard when you're not a big eater, but they want to feed you, and the food it's spectacular. It really, really is. All right, I'm going to head downstairs and we're going to get ready for our tour. I hope that you'll join us today. We have our earbuds in so we can hear our guide clearly, and now we're going to go on our tour.
The most region of the island of Crete. As a city, it is inhabited by 90,000 people approximately, which is not that small. It doesn't make it really small. And it's very popular for its beaches, villages, canyons, mountains. Modern stores of all kinds. The old town has, of course, quite a few stores, quite a lot of stores, but of a different style. So if you feel like spending time in the new part of the town, on this side you have the main shops, then a little bit further up fishmongers, local market. This is a local market as well, supermarket I mean, and bakery stores, pastry shops, everything to the functioning of a town. And well, this is actually where the old town was not that new. they were made in the 1500s, beginning of when Crete was under the Venetians. The Venetians from Venice came to Crete in the 1200s after the Fourth Crusade, and they stayed for nearly 500 years. So that's in a longish period. A lot of things happened. Can you still hear me? Okay, because I moved my hand. Just let me know when you can't hear me. So a few words as we walk about Venice. For those of you that are interested eventually. We say Venice and not Italy. Why? Because Italy did not exist in that time. Nation-states in Europe were founded later on in the mid-1800s. So it was Venice, it was Genoa, it was Florence for a long time. And all these Italian cities, they were merchants. And the Venetians, they were seafarers and merchants. For instance, you must have heard about Marco Polo.
Yes. Yes.
He was Venetian. Okay, yeah. A lot of people don't know that. So, maritime power, they, in the beginning, of course, the terms with locals were not the best. Things improved later on. Then markets were lost by Venice, and then the Ottomans, the Turks, started pushing them from the east. So Crete became very valuable, and Greece as well. When people go to different parts of Greece, they see these mighty Venetian walls, like those of Heraclion. I don't know whether you saw them. And they were better than ours because Chania was a very big town. And these are the ones of Chania that you can see. The beach that you see in front of the walls is called the moat. So in fortified cities of the past, apart from the walls, there were deep treads, beaches that we call moats. In some places they could be filled with water. In our place this was a dry moat. So western walls with their bastions, it's a defense system to face gunpowder weapons, the bastion system. The name of the city in the old times was Chania, from Chidon, a son of the king of legend Minos. You saw the palace, so you know a few things about the Minoans. The Minoans were not just in Knossos, they were everywhere on the island. They had some settlements in order to protect and handle their trade in Egypt, for instance, in today's Turkey, in places like Millet. And a lot of places were developed all over the island, and Kydonia, which is the entrance gate from Crete to Europe, because Chania stands opposite to the Peloponnese, the end of mainland Greece, developed quite a lot, especially when the Greeks came into the story. When the Greeks came into the story, what Greeks? Not the ancient Greeks, as you understand them, the Bronze Age Greeks, the Mycenaeans. You must have heard of them. In the old days, when I started my career, people didn't know anything about them, but now they do. You know that Christopher Nolan is about to release The Odyssey? So who were the guys of the Odyssey? Who was Ulysses? Ulysses was the guy that had the idea of sending a bad gift to the Trojans, the Trojan horse, isn't it? Okay, so this guy was a Mycenaean. The king of the Greeks against the Trojans was Agamemnon, king of Mycenae, a site in the Peloponnese, hence the name. They're racially called Achaeans as well. So the Iliad and the Odyssey, the epics of Homer, they speak about the Mycenaeans, the Greeks of the Bronze Age. And how do we know that they were Greeks? Because we cracked one of their scripts, Linear B. Your guide must have told you about the scripts of the Minoans. We had Linear A that we can't read, and Linear B that is a syllabic early form of Greek. So these were the Greeks that came, and then Kydonia in that time became a very big city. and then we had the Minoans and the Mycenaeans. Paris, we had the Greeks, we had the Romans, then we had Christianity. We stayed with the Eastern Empire, and when the Eastern Empire of Rome split with the Roman Empire because of religious reasons later on, not at the beginning, then we stayed with the Orthodox Church, and it is from that time that we connected language with religion. That is still, for this reason, very important in this country. This street now was the main street of the old Jewish quarter. It's very pretty. We see it early, which means at its best, because the shops are not open. You may be interested at shops, but me as a guide, when we have all this merchandise around, people, they don't pay attention, they get distracted, and they, they don't see the important things. Like, for instance, look at that, look at this half arch. Well, after a couple of hours, when this place will be open, that's a store, they will bring out a lot of souvenirs, and they will place them on the steps. So it won't be the same, you see?
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful. So, old Jewish quarter, remember? And now we stand in front of the only synagogue of the island of Crete, the Tree of Life at Hayim Synagogue. Now what happened was that in Greece we had Jews from the ancient times. They came before the destruction of the Second Temple by Rome to do business when Greece expanded after Alexander the Great. So these ancient communities, they stayed when the Romans took over. They developed their own ways, their own dialect, and they formed a separate, they started dressing like everybody else. And then we had the Sephardic Jews, when they were sent away from Spain and Portugal. So they came, they didn't like the early ones. They said, you're degenerate Jews. You don't dress in the appropriate way. They were speaking a different language. The new ones were called, they were speaking Ladino. So each community lived in the same quarter, but they had different houses of prayer, different synagogues. And then a lot of things happened, and then the Turkish dominion came. The Jews, they didn't like the Venetians didn't like the Jews very much. The Turks were fine with them, and then the Ottoman Empire collapsed. So the Jews started feeling unsafe. A lot of them moved from Crete to other places, and about 400 stayed in Chania. This limited community was listed down by the Nazis, and at the end of the war, 1944, when they knew, when the final solution was launched, they were arrested, sent to Heraklion, had to board a boat that was torpedoed, and no one made it. So that's the story of this Jewish community. A long time afterwards, Nikos Stavroulakis, a very educated man from here, his dad was from here, his mom was English, an English Jew. After his career, when he retired, he came, managed to restore this synagogue, and it is still open as a memorial place and as a place of occasional worship. For instance, they respect the Friday Shabbat, and they bring over rabbis for the major celebrations. So we have a synagogue. It's a place of culture and history, and I strongly advise people to come and visit. The people are very nice, and they tell you a lot of things, and the monument looks wonderful inside. And Roxy is so nice as well. Happy moon. When I see animals, I feel somehow comforted from the horrors that we do as of the humankind. The restaurant of here is very good as well. They cook everything on charcoal grill, so it's quite a good place. Not on grill, they don't only grill, they cook on charcoal. It's different. So we are to stop here and say a few things. I will ask you to come on my side, and first of all, turn your eyes opposite and up. So you see, we are in a place surrounded by walls. That means that space was scanty, and the streets everywhere in places behind walls, the streets tended to be narrow, sometimes very narrow. So, no? No? The old town has over 1,100 listed old buildings. They're dated, they are like 6, 7, 500 years old. The same style of buildings that you saw in Lebanon as well. In Chania, when the Nazis bombed, because we had the Battle of Crete in 1941, the destructions were really very big. So what you see in front of you is the facade of the mansion of the Venetian times, beautiful structure with the arched openings, the balconies, the cornices, the coat of arms, the beautiful colors, and then behind nothing, just the outside walls. So this is the surviving part of a bombed out house. In some other parts of the city, eastwards, we lost practically everything on the hill where the aristocracy used to live. So, I mean, the complex history of the place is visible. Now, the buildings, most of those that we have standing, they go back to the Venetian times. But the climate was not like the climate of Venice. So the houses have flat roofs. They have colors like in Venice, stonework like in Venice. If you come the other way around and look up again, now you will see another house taller, intact, with a beautiful ground floor covered by stone, with a round oculus, that means eye window, typical of Renaissance. And then the next building and the other one on the left, they have the upper part facade covered by wood. That's Turkish. This is why we say that the buildings show Venetian, local, and Turkish influence, layered architecture.
Mr. Byron, think bigger.
Just a minute. Now?
Yes.
So this small building was originally a church. From this time we see the vaults and the tombs. These were tombs of priests and upper class neighbors. It was typical of Europe to have burial chambers underneath the floor of churches. Now when the Turks came, the church converted into a mosque. So whatever was in the tombs was discarded, and they added a minaret, a prayer tower, of which you can see the bottom steps. The upper part fell down from the quakes or from the bombs, we don't know. And they added as well this niche that is called the mihrab, the place that points to the Mecca, over there. And then time went on, and came 1922. 1922 is a crucial date for Greece. We lost the war against Turkey, and then a big civilian massacre occurred, and then we signed a few months later, in 1923, a treaty, the Lausanne Treaty, which is an active treaty and handles everything between the two countries. And with this treaty, it became mandatory the swap of populations, translation or explanation. Whoever was Christian Orthodox and was living in Turkey had either to convert to Islam or go. But they had to be fast because they were slain. What would the Turks do that? Because the community was over 2 million. Nobody wants important foreign community speaking a different language and sharing a different religion. And then in Greece as well, we had about 600,000 Muslims left in different regions. No, they didn't want to leave. We were not killing them, but they had either to convert or go. People never convert under these circumstances. So this was a large-scale ethnic cleansing, and this explains why we didn't have any Muslims, except a couple of zones of exception, before the last times of mass migration. Oh. This old girl scratching her belly is Lulu. Lulu. And if you look up, you will see beautiful buildings as well, including the protruding wooden Turkish structures. ή Λούλου. Ένα σκυλί. Είναι το Λούλου. Τώρα θα το δεις το Λούλου στη μέση του δρόμου. Λουλούκα, Λουλούκα, Λουλούκα μαύρη, τι είναι παιδί, τι είναι παιδί μου, τι είναι παιδάκι μου, τι είναι παιδάκι μου, έτσι το κορίτσι μου, έτσι το κορίτσι μου, το λουλουκάκι μου, το κοριτσάκι μου. And now get ready for the most beautiful bougainvilleas of the city. Come here. Look up. And look opposite. So we are going to walk this way and you will have the opportunity of filming and or enjoying the beauty of this spot. So we are reaching the northern end of the walls and the inner fort where the garrison was stationing, the one that was protecting the entrance of the harbor, of the Venetian harbor. The building, the red building that stands atop of this porch was a gendarmerie station, a kind of police station, and from the late 70s it became the Maritime Museum. Νομίζω ότι μου είχες πει ότι κάποια σχέση έχει με εδώ. Να. Look at that. And it was a barrack, eh? Yes, these were barracks for soldiers. And opposite you see the place where the first Greek flag was raised in 1913. It's a national memorial for Greece and Cretans. In 1913, Chania was the capital. The king of that time, Constantine, was here. The prime minister, Venizelos. And last Sunday, the royal princess Anne from the British royal family, she was here because we commemorated the 85th anniversary of the Battle of Crete, and she was here to talk to the descendants of those that fought against the Nazis. There are some people that moved from the UK here, so she attended, she visited the museum. The museum has models of boats of every period, and upstairs a very interesting collection about the Battle of Crete. So Firkasa, the barracks of the soldiers, the Maritime Museum, the Venetian, half of the Venetian port that has these lovely buildings, so only a very limited number of boats are permitted to station here. The rest of the small boats, they use the marina, which is on the other side. The marina is not the real harbor of Chania. This is the old port, the real one. You drove past it on your way from Refinon to Chania, and it is at the end of Suda Bay. So it's about 3.5 miles away from here, further east. So two parts for the Venetian port. The walls end on this side. From the west, the walls end on from the other side. You see the lighthouse that looks like a prayer tower of a mosque, a minaret. It was given this form in the Ottoman times, and it's still an active lighthouse. Then opposite you have the hill of Castelli, this is how we call it. It is surrounded by a different wall, much older than the Venetian times. It is Byzantine, medieval. This is where in Castelli we had the Minoan Palace of Kydonia and all the buildings of the upper classes, the blue-blooded especially, until the 1800s when they moved and developed other parts of the city. Now this is a place that we practically never go unless if we are with archaeological groups, because all the old buildings were bombed out by the Nazis, and we have small archaeological sites, very small ones, of the period of Knossos mostly. The building that everybody notices is the one with the domes. This used to be a mosque. When we exchanged the population, Christians in Turkey, they closed off churches, we closed off mosques. So wherever you're in Greece, in the areas that participated to the exchange, you can't see all the mosques are being operated like mosques. So that is an old mosque. It's open now because there's an exhibition. There's no entrance fee. If you want, you are welcome to go inside it, but there are no mosque appointments, just the architecture. So the name of it is Yaid Jami, that means the seaside mosque, because it is by the seaside. Okay, we call it its Turkish name.
Okay, we are now having a little break here in one of the cafes. We're going to have coffee and a sweet treat of some sort while we rest our feet a little bit before we carry on with our tour. This is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, when we get our drink, I'll share it with you. So this is a frotto cappuccino, which is cold coffee, basically. So we got this fresh cream, and the coffee is down there at the bottom. I don't know. I typically don't like a real strong coffee, so I'm a little nervous, but I had to try it. When in Greece, we try Greece things. Is it strong?
Yes, they're really good.
Enough stirring. Let's give this a try.
Oh my God!
How did you drink that?
You kind of sip the bottom and you pull it up as you continue to sip. So you get a little bit of espresso and then a little bit of cream. Or you just mix the heck out of it.
That's why I want the nice pour.
But it takes a while. It's like cold foam. Is that really filling your book? Is that gonna?
That is strong. So this is a traditional Cretan pastry. Yeah, it's got cheese on the inside. It's all handmade, and it's like in a dough, and then they press it. They put the cheese in, and they press it, and then they fry it, and then they put honey on top of it. Oh.
Interesting combination, but it's really good.
It's savory and it's sweet.
What has cheese in it?
Yeah, it's got cheese in it.
Inside?
It has a texture of a feta cheese.
But she said it's exclusive to,
It's exclusive to Crete.
so they don't have their own special cow.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, I wore a white shirt. Probably not a great idea, but that's fantastic.
I love honey. Did you taste white honey yet?
Not yet. I'm going to be buying some honey because the honey here is otherworldly. It's so good. It's so good on yogurt, so good on everything. So we're going to get some before we leave. Ooh, strong.
We start seeing on the left the Byzantine or medieval wall that surrounds Castelli here. This hill was fortified from the ancient times. This is why it was given the name Castelli. That's Italian. And you have vestiges of this part of this section of this wall. The lowest part, that's Minoan, it's early Bronze Age, before Knossos. Then the big blocks of stone, that's ancient Greek, and then you have the medieval part. The round things that you see embedded, these were column parts. So this wall was built hastily when big earthquakes devastated the city, and the locals needed to create fast enough a protective wall from the pirates. And they built this one, and later on when things calmed down, the upper classes came back, they chose to live on the same place, and they maintained the wall that we can still up to today. The rest was excavated, of course, and right behind it we have the actual excavations of the Minoan palace of Kydonia. Minoan and Mycenaean palace of Kydonia. There's a lovely museum, archaeological museum. No, the finds from the palace are not in there because it's new. They work on it right now. But we have parts of this bombarded place that were excavated in the old days. And so the museum contains finds from all over the area and from various periods. The parts of columns that were embedded. So all the round things that you see were parts of columns. They were made in sections. And then all the masonry blocks that have these square holes, they were like tied to each other and they were forming walls. And this street in the old days was the street of the cutlery makers, the knife makers. And here you're in front of the oldest workshop of this kind on Crete. They do the traditional knives and modern knives. They have a foundry, everything from scratch. For the traditional knives, in Crete we have a regional tradition that is really strong. Men, they often dress in the local outfit for various events, private or public, weddings, christenings, and important days. So that's the version of the outfit with the knife. It's always part of the outfit, and this is why there's a market. This is a good, expensive gift.
That's the first time he's ever been told he was too tall.
Yeah. Now, two things. Yes, that's two things. A, you will remove your earpiece. B, you will remove your specs, your sunglasses. Yes, very good. Γιατί θέλει να βγάλει τα γυαλιά του, του παρά τα βγάλει. Και αυτό, το πάρουμε φωτογραφία. Εντάξει, το βγάλαμε.
Να βγάλω και αυτό.
Όχι ρε, δεν πειράζει, το βγάλε από αυτή του. Το κάτσε με μια No, he doesn't have a master's. We wanted you and you to be more suitable. The other three. You look very dangerous all of the time. So this is the back of a very bizarre building that originally was a Catholic church. We are on the side of the monks' cells that were bombed out by the Nazis. So you only have this part of the cells. Cells, monk cells, monastery cells. No, it's okay. And the main church, Agios Nikolaos Church, is this one. Look at the tall, pointed windows. And actually, this church of Agios Nikolaos, it was a Catholic church. It became the main mosque of the Turkish quarter because the Muslims, they gathered and lived in this side, which is the eastern part. So we call this part the old Turkish quarter. It was emptied when we exchanged the populations. The inhabitants were replaced by Greeks of the Near East, and the mosques became impossible. So the church became an Orthodox church. So Catholic, mosque, Orthodox. Tell me.
Why do they paint the trees white?
In order to protect them from disease, it's a natural quicklime is protecting from microbes, mold, disease, and the sun as well. Very protective, yeah. It's a natural treatment. So the Church of Agios Nikolaos in Splangia, this is how the square in front of it is called.
bits, little tastes of things.
I think we picked the wrong.
I don't remember what any of this is called, but there's stuffed zucchini flowers, meatballs, breads, stuffed grape leaves, and sodas and beer.
All this stuff with their husbands.
They feed you well here in
Want to
Greece.
spend it with you.
They feed you really, really well, and the food is so fresh and so good. It's amazing.
A nice.
Alright, so we have taken about a 30-minute van ride over to the olive oil factory. Let me show you the sign. There it is, extra virgin olive oil. We're going to have some olive oil tasting and wine tasting. Thank you, I'll take one. Candy! Candy! He's the candy man! So we are going to learn a little bit about the whole process.
As you already have suspected, this is an olive mill that they brought you. Okay? Where did they bring us? To an olive mill, if someone asks back home. So what do we do in an olive mill? An olive mill is, apart from the apparent, which is to make olives, take olive oil off, has to do a managing of everything. You need to see farmers, that they produce good fruit. You need to manage the olive oil you produce, so that it is nutrient and healthy and has all these benefits that make it the best option when we talk about a vegetable fat in your everyday diet, and so on. Okay? So sometime 6,000-7,000 years ago, maybe more, someone thought that okay, this is a fruit from a tree. Let's make olive oil out of it. Nobody knows who came up with the idea. What we know is that the olive oil processing, as we know it, started in the Middle East, 4,000-5,000 BC. Sometime it's spreaded throughout the Mediterranean. Minoan civilization was the very first one to have a documented profitable trade of olive oil throughout it.
Really?
Yes. Then sometime it spread throughout Greece. Romans took it and sent it even western and at the top of southwest Mediterranean, because as we know, the Middle East, it was already there. Mm-hmm. That's why Greece, Italy and Spain are the biggest olive oil producers of the world. Yes. We have a very long head start. Okay? So how did it work? The idea was simple. Get olives, crush them into a pulp, using stones like that. They used to spin them with animals or slaves or other sort of labor. Crush it into a very fine pulp. Okay? Then it would go into squeezing or pressing, like you see over here. Squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it until you get all liquids out. Okay? Now, the only fruit is consists of the skin, the flesh, the pit, vegetation water, like all fruit has water, and olive oil. Okay? But olive oil is light. It's lighter than water. Okay? So it floats.
Yes.
So they would wait, olive oil would go on top, or they would create a small a tank with parts that overflew. Okay? Olive oil would be up, so with the overflowing, it was faster to do it. They would scoop it up and store it into vats or jars like this for further trade or use. Okay? Pretty much that was it. Pretty much. Okay?
I have a question before we go on. What happens to the pits? They stay in there?
All the solids are one in the process.
Okay.
Okay? So the pit was left in the solids, as you know it, discarded.
Okay.
We don't know actually what they did back then. I suspect it would be animal food. But I'm not exactly sure what they used to do it back in those days. Okay? So gradually, Sometime in the 1920s, 1930s, they started doing everything with electricity or steam. So everything that was done by hand now was done mechanically with advanced capacity. And in the 1970s, centrifugation was introduced to the olive oil industry, which is a fast, efficient, and treats the product much better than pressing olive oil, because it shields it from its two worst enemies, light and oxygen. That's why it is better.
Light and what, sorry?
Oxygen. Light and oxygen.
Okay.
When we crush olives, we expose the flesh to both light and oxygen. Oxidization in that part of the process is rapid, like extremely rapid. So centrifugation and extraction solve this problem, because you see everything here is open. Okay, we crush them, everything is open,
Right.
like they come from everywhere. And this is what we solved back then. To understand the exchange value it had and why it was economies, local economies were based on it, and somehow they still are, but not in that magnitude. The Greek Revolution in 1821 against the Ottoman Empire, which created the Greek state, Greece as you know it today, started at Peloponnese in March. Okay, in February. Actually, we say March, but actually started in February. Peloponnese is the biggest, the largest olive oil producing area at Greece at the moment. With Crete, they are nearly the same, but it's a little bit more there. In February, you have collected your olive oil, you have sold it, and you could fund a whole rebellion. So everything happened for a reason. And until the 60s, you could go to the market in Chania. Now it's under renovation. You could go there, you know, walk in with some olive oil, exchange it with shoes, clothes, food, provisions for a whole week, and have some pocket money left to go back and play the rich guy back in the village. Okay? Back then. Okay? Question so far?
The pits be used to start a new olive tree?
It's a little bit more difficult than that. But what we have seen, because when farmers bring us olives, we clean them up. So sometimes olives will go to the discarded products for some reason. So we've seen that when you put a lot of them, trees will sprout. Okay?
Really?
So the pit can start a tree. It's not that easy, but it can. I mean, if you go to the other part of the building where we discarded them, there are some olives that have grown. The one is over there. I don't advise you to go there. And they just, just grow. Now, when the tree starts to sprout like this, it's not the olive as you know. It's not the tree as you see it over here. It's different. Okay? You need to prune it properly and start giving it a shape in order to become a tree, as you know. Otherwise, it looks like a bush and doesn't produce properly. Okay? Like this. We prune it and we bring it to a shape that is going to be as we want it to go. This is a very old tree right behind us. Okay? It's really old. We don't know exactly how old. We suspect it's more than 1,000 years old.
More than 1,000.
Yes, we brought it for sale to save it because it belonged to a friend of us. And
Brought it here.
we brought it here. So
You had to dig and transfer it.
exactly, it had approximately 1.5 more height as it has now. But they started cutting it, for firewood. So the guy who owned the grove said, you know what, I have this problem, okay, we brought it from where it was, replanted it, we used specific nutrients to help it grow, and after 2 years, it started producing.
Okay, so that's a little bit of how olive oil is produced, and now we're going to do a little bit of tasting, drinking some of the olive oil. This smells good. It smells like tomatoes.
Okay,
Does it smell like tomatoes?
Yes, and garlic.
Yeah.
I smell garlic too.
Everyone has one? Wonderful. Okay, so we don't try yet. Close like this with your hand and cover it, okay? And squeeze it a little bit. warm it up a little. There's some plastic, so don't squeeze it too much. They crack, okay? So like we said, in olive oil making, in order to categorize olive oil, we need organoleptic assessment. What does this mean? There are trained professionals. Like this. This is the olive oil tasting cup. Okay? It is blue. What is the color of the olive oil inside?
I can't.
He's colorblind.
It doesn't matter. No. I'm going to tell you the same thing.
Blue.
Blue. There is no color.
Tell him blue, Daryl. It's blue.
Do you know why?
It's colorless.
Because olive oil tells us absolutely nothing about quality of olive oil unless there is no color. If it is transparent, then you have a problem of another sort, of another nature. You've been ripped off. So when we try olive oil, we don't want to be prejudged or have bias based on what color we see here. Okay?
Oh, I
Because we tend to associate olive oil with green, metal or whatever. There are varieties that produce emerald. Gold. There are varieties that produce metal gold, like the metal gold. Okay? This tells us nothing about quality. So it's going to be shot like this. Okay? So if you were an olive oil taster, you would be spot on.
Yeah.
You could do tasting everywhere.
Okay. When do I start? Tomorrow morning?
Okay? Okay, so the taste, we start when the panel assesses olive oil. It starts a decision tree. We smell it, okay? Smell it. Here, we're interested in two things: fruitiness and a taste defect or a taste problem. What is fruitiness? Fruitiness, as a rule of thumb, remember, it's something natural and pleasant, like fruit.
Tomato.
Apricots, peaches.
Tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Yes? Anything that's natural and pleasant versus anything which is natural and unpleasant, like mold, like stagnant water.
Oh,
like,
no, we wouldn't
a
want
damp
that.
basement, or something artificial, like newspaper, like barn, yes, like metal, like plastic. These are off tastes, taste defects they're called. They're approximately 15, and they manifest in something like that. So the taster smells. Do I have fruitiness? I do. I can
Yes.
smell fruitiness. Okay? Good. Do I have a taste problem? Can I find a taste problem here? No. My olive oil, the olive oil we're currently trying is extra virgin. Scenario number 2. Fruitiness? Yes. Taste problem? Yes. How bad it is? If it is from here and towards your nose, its category is virgin, second grade. If it is more intense, the olive oil will be
Pure.
not bad. You have a problem.
Oh,
Which is strong,
too strong. Okay, goes down.
goes down, garbage.
Garbage.
And scenario number 3, do I have fruitiness? No. Olive oil is?
Grade 3?
Exactly.
You were
Analytic
paying
assessment
attention.
Sends many olive oil batches off. One of the reasons olive oil is expensive is the analytic assessment. Another is the labor required to make
Yeah.
it. Yes? And the farmer must somehow get paid. That's why it is expensive.
Right.
Okay? So, now let's see what taste means to the consumer. Okay? So now we're trying to smell this. This is the bio, the second olive oil in our tasting table over here. We do it together with local bio farmers. Okay? It's an early harvest from the Koroneki variety. Koroneki variety is a disease and drought resistant olive variety from Greece at the south east of the Peloponnese area. This is its native there. And in Crete we have Koroneki, we have Tsunati. Tsunati is our variety, the Cretan variety. The tree outside and all the big trees are from this variety. Gives us very complex olive oils. It's the fourth one on the tasting table, and it is 20% in our estate that we're going to taste in a few moments. And another variety which are more difficult to find, so we will not go there at the moment. It doesn't have any point for you. Okay? So let's find fruitiness, okay? Tomato, yes and no. Yes and no. It is, but it's not at the same time. Okay? What else can we see? What else can you smell? Tell me.
Smells like garlic.
Garlic? No, I don't smell garlic. It's very difficult for an olive oil to smell like garlic.
Yeah. Salt?
Maybe the garlic leaves sometimes, or when it's very fresh, green, the stem. You know,
smell
green, maybe sometimes. Okay?
Yeah, green tomato.
Basil?
Maybe that's it. I'm smelling it.
Herbal, yes, but not that much. Its main tasting note here is grassy,
Right.
yes?
It's grassy. It's something green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your reset button, when we smell olive oil, when we taste olive oil, is our forearm or our armpit if we wear clothes like this. So if I want to go and I want to see, I smell my forearm, I wait a few moments, and then smell again. You know, this is the reset button. When we taste it in our mouth, the reset button is a green tart apple with some water. This resets our mouth. But the reset for our nose is this. When you try perfumes, they give you coffee beans. Okay, same manner.
Okay, I can smell it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a green apple.
And so on. Now,
I smell it now
we
too.
have smell it, we've seen.
You don't smell it yet? Mark doesn't smell it yet. Smell your forearm more, Mark.
So we get a sip and we will draw air through our teeth to send it all over our mouth.
I smell it
Don't overdo
now.
It's your first time, take it easy, like this.
Yeah, maybe. Switch it back and forth.
Yes. Send all over your mouth and then ingest it. Drawing air through your teeth sends it everywhere. It is easier to understand it. Okay, and ingest it. Now this is bitter, yes?
Bitter.
Yeah, it is
Why
bitter.
is it bitter? Or
Too bad.
should it be bitter?
No.
Why not? Why not? Should it? Yeah, I'd say yes.
I should because it's virgin. There's nothing.
Bitterness, and the specific bitterness you're trying in olive oil has to do with oleoeuropein, which is one of the most significant phenols in olive oil. Okay, oleoeuropein specifically has to do with having inflammatory action in our body. Okay, so bitterness should be there, and it tells us two things. This olive oil is from olives. It is important. Even in Greece, it's always important. Okay, olives are the most bitter thing. If you get olive off a tree, your mouth will be numb, like numb. The olives you eat, the table olives, are cured olives. In brine for 6 months, or in sodium sodium hydroxide for a couple of months. Okay, you cannot eat them off the tree. They're so bitter. So tells us that it's from olives. Plus, it's fresh. The European breaks down faster than other phenols. So if it is there, this olive oil is fresh. It's a sign of freshness. Okay? Now we ingest it, okay? So in some people, there is a sensation that something is grabbing that
Yes, it burned a little bit. Yeah.
burns your throat a little bit. Okay? Don't confuse it with pepper. Some Coronati olives, like the third one over there, has a taste of pepper. Red peppers or black peppers or green peppers. Okay? Don't confuse it. This is not pepper. This is called pungency or sharp.
Pungents. Okay.
This reaction, what you're feeling, is caused from oleocanthal and oleocanthin. Okay? Phenols react with the trimerma and they get this grappling sensation, sometimes prickling, and sometimes strong enough to make you cough. Okay? These phenols are the most studied phenols in olive oil. Oleocanthin works like ibuprofen. It doesn't stop headache. Okay? But it works in the same manner. The mechanism of action is similar to ibuprofen.
Now we are going to taste spearmint, chili pepper, lemon. We're going to taste some different kinds. Garlic, basil. I'm not sure what that is. Nice. I guess I'm just going to go down.
This is the best of the best, right?
Yeah. And you add bread to anything. These are the premium. These are the premium ones.
This is kind of what we sipped on. Because I can taste the green onion. Or green
tomato. Well, I end up getting several bottles. That lemon, okay, the lemon olive oil was so heavenly, and I'm thinking, if you love lemon pound cake, it's full of sugar, it's full of sugar. But you just take your bread and you dip it in that lemon olive oil, and it's like you're having a lemon pound cake with much less sugar. At least that's what my brain is telling me. And I did get some, bread, because bread's healthy. These and the olive oil. Let me just tell you.
Oh, she's doing
I got a garlic too. How much were these? $7.50. $7.50. You are not going to get olive oil. $7.50. And it was made right here. So I also got some honey. Because the honey is wonderful. So, and I also got some lotion. I got 2 things of this olive oil lotion because I tried it and it was lovely. And it was 50% off, so it was $6. I'm happy. Are you happy, Mark?
Sure.
That was the correct answer. All right, now we've tasted some olive oils. Now we're going to taste some wine. So let's go take some wine. Yay wine! Yay wine! Yay wine! Look at these doors. Now we're here at the winery. And we're gonna go and taste some wine, but look at these beautiful roses. Oh, wow, look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? Got some geraniums down here.
Rub one of those leaves.
Rub one of these leaves, Mark said.
You can tell by the sign.
Oh, I do.
Citronella.
Yeah.
Citronella. Yeah. Citronella.
Oh, it is.
You smell it? Yeah. Dorkakis. Oh my gosh, see. Okay. Maria is going to say it she's going to pronounce it the right way. Dourakis. Okay, I don't think I was too off. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi. Now we're going to taste some wine. Beautiful.
Grape variety only from Chania, but does not have very intense color on the pants of the grape, so we have the opportunity to make also a white wine. We have the year of 2025 and we have aromas of peach, apricots, bubblegum. A medium acidity, medium body, 12.5 alcohol. Enjoy it, στριγιά σας. If you don't want to drink something, you put it in the black items.
Oh, if you don't drink it?
Exactly.
Yes,
Well.
you here. You empty your...
Well,
Why would anyone do
No.
that?
why would you do that?
I just passed to Daryl. I'll get rid of it.
Oh, it smells nice.
It does smell
Pass
nice.
the beer.
Yeah. But I can smell the apricot.
I can smell apricot. Mm-hmm.
Bubble gum?
Apricot.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good. Ooh. Put it in your...
You're not big.
I'm surprised you like that.
Well, if it's a good wine, I don't mind dry wine if it's a good wine. Like when we went to that winery.
Yes, and then breathe in through your nose.
If it's a good
You can swirl it around a little bit inside.
dry wine, to me, if you don't go after you swallow it, it's good.
We learned that.
Back to the room.
So this one is a Moscato, but it's a dry Moscato, and I'm a Moscato girl. It is really good. The deal is if you get a really good wine, if you don't like dry wine, if it's a good wine, it's fine. If it's a good wine, it's fine. If it's skunk wine, it'll make you choke.
Okay.
Yeah, that is really nice.
You told them about the olives?
Well, I didn't taste
Oh,
bubble
I
gum,
will.
But the apricot for sure.
We have palate cleanser, but we also have, these are dried black olives, and they are Really, really good. They have the seed in them, so you just pop out that seed.
Why don't you put it in your mouth? Here, pop it out.
I don't do it that way, Mark. Very, very good. Now I have to chew that up before I taste my wine.
Monoceros Rosé, and here we have again a name of a constellation of stars, and we have a blend of two varieties, one French, Grenache Rouge, that we cultivated a lot all over Greece, especially in Crete of course, and also Latico, a Cretan variety, which you find it more in the other side of Crete, in Iraklio. And we have a year of 2024, and we have aromas of red fruit, strawberry cherry, and white flowers. Medium plus acidity, medium body, 13.5 the alcohol.
Ooh,
Enjoy.
strong. It's a strong one.
Like number 2.
Yeah, number 2 was good.
Well,
This is good.
Did you get another one?
Drink red, or can
Gross.
I go to another?
didn't get one yet, did
I like the color of this.
It's pretty.
It's still very light,
Pretty is not what goes in your belly.
very high alcohol content.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
In our
I
family,
don't
it
like
does.
yes.
The second one is still my favorite one, the Moscato.
The second one.
The Moscato, dry Moscato is still my favorite. Do you like it?
Australian
I
ones,
loved
California
that one.
ones.
That one was really good. Cheers. Even though we already drank. That wasn't very good. There you go. Yamas.
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 Yes, yamos.
Yamas.
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 Yamas. That was absolutely lovely. My gosh, drink. You know, sometimes when you're on trips like this, you have, like for me, I have to pinch myself because never in a million years did I ever think that I would be here in Greece drinking wine at a winery. I never in a million years thought that I would do that. So get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your, I don't know. You can't take the money with you when you go. So you need to go out and experience life. And let me tell you, this has been an absolutely magical day. We've got to see so much and absorb so much of the history of this beautiful island. Honestly, there is definitely something that in Greece that just, it stays inside your soul. Mark and I have already been talking about how badly we want to come back because it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The people are lovely. The food is phenomenal. The wine, delicious. So, Mark, what do you think about Greece so far?
Very nice. Very nice.
Look at the mountains behind you. I mean, what do you think? We want to come back, don't we?
Yes.
We definitely want to come back. The people are lovely. The food is phenomenal. Diane, what do you think about Greece?
I love it.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
Aren't you so glad that you came?
I am.
You know, we never really know. You never really know when you're coming place, and especially when you're coming with a place when you're doing group travel with a bunch of people, you don't really know what to expect. But it hasn't just been nice to not have to like think about what you have to do next. It's already planned out.
Well, we're retired, so we don't have to think about that.
Well, true. But when you're traveling abroad and trying to figure out we're going to do this and this and this, it's already figured out for you, and you're with a group of people who have very similar interests. This is phenomenal. It really, really is. Ugh, I can't wait to come back here. It's just beautiful. I would say, you know, I've been to Greece, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Greece, I've been to Ireland, I've been to the Czech Republic, I've been to Germany, I've been to Canada, and I love Canada, don't get me wrong, but honestly, Greece has been the most beautiful place I have ever been in my life. I'm gonna make that proclamation right now, and it's not the wine, it's the truth.
I like the sounds of the doves.
The turtle doves. I mean, we get those turtle doves back home, but they make a different kind of sound
This is
here.
the sound that we heard in Costa Rica.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's lovely. All right, Diane, I'm going to help you cross the street here. But this is lovely. I love it so much. We love Greece, don't we, Diane?
Oh, we love it.
We love it. Well, hey, Sheila. There there's Sheila.
Brian just left.
We saw him in the lobby.
They're all gonna walk to the.
Not me.
We're coming down.
We're coming. So today was a great day. We had some wine. We had some olive oil. We had some wine. And let me tell you, the olive oil, I did get the garlic and the lemon, because the lemon, when you dip your bread in it, it tasted just like a lemon pound cake.
You got regular too.
And I got regular too. But I think that doing the lemon, if you just wanted something sweet, it reminded you of a lemon pound cake, and then you're not getting all the sugar. See? I don't know. That's what I was thinking in my mind. And my gosh, $5.50 for a bottle of pure olive oil is insane. It's expensive back in the States, but we had a really fun day. I didn't film the last stop that we went. We did have another stop. We went and had some Greek coffee, which he really, really likes the Greek coffee. He's going to try to figure out how to make it so we could possibly make it at home. We should try to get some coffee grounds here.
All of the ingredients is here at our hotel.
I know, but don't you want to try to make some at home?
I want to try to make it here with all of the stuff.
Okay. Well, we're going to see how that will turn out. But, and I had a really good tea. I don't remember the name of the tea, but it's a tea that these tea leaves are only grown here on Crete. So I really wanted to give that a try. And it was really good, wasn't it? It was and I'm not a tea drinker, but it was very, very good. It's a hot tea. So now, here is our little courtyard with our pool and stuff. We're going to end the day. We're just going to go down and sit for a little bit. We had some wine. We had some food. We're just going to relax for a little bit before it's time to bed. We're done eating. We have an early morning in the morning. We're going to be up and ready to go at 7:30 a.m. to get on a catamaran and spend all day on the Mediterranean on a catamaran, going to a couple different islands and doing some exploring over there. They're uninhabited islands, so nobody lives on them. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you as well. So did you have a fun day today?
Did.
Yeah, it was a fun day today. So I know that these videos are all very long, but I wanted to be able to share with you as much as possible. So if you have to pause them and then come back to watch them again later, that's fine. But I wanted to be able to share as much with you as I possibly could. So we're gonna go down and relax for a little bit, but thank you so much for joining us today. And we look forward to hanging out with you again tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.